strip the bike while it's there.
My name is David Hoffman, and I am the Executive Director of Bike Pittsburgh. That is Western Pennsylvania's only 501c3 nonprofit. We're the whole shooting match for bike advocacy and safety in all of Western Pennsylvania. It's sort of a sad thing that there isn't more advocacy going on these days, but look, we're here, and 2 years ago there was nobody doing this. Thank you. So, you know, the greatest compliment to me would be for more advocacy organizations to start springing up in Western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, but right now, all of us here in this room have the power to actually make a difference. And in the last couple of years, we have been making a difference.
You can't appreciate what's happened in a year. Last year at the Sharp Edge, you know, it was someone else's venue, someone else's space. We were sitting in a smoky room, hanging out, and we had about, 30, 40 people show up. And this year, here we are in our own space with free ride. We got bikes everywhere. If you can't tell that there's something going on here, this is all volunteer-based. There's a tremendous amount of motivation here. There's about 8 to 10 core people that have put all this together. This is just the free ride project. There are about 9 or 10 other things going on with Bike Pittsburgh. And like David said, that's why we're here tonight, and that's why we're trying to get everyone together and on board.
Great. It's taken us over a year, but we've now finally gotten the Mayor's Office, the Department of Public Works, the Public Art Commission, and the Planning Department all on the same page. And within a couple of weeks, City Council will be passing a resolution that will allow us to install, absolutely free with no permit charges or anything like that, about 100 to 120 bike racks here in the Pittsburgh area.
But I want to make really clear that you guys know what we're about. I've got six ideas here that I want to resonate in your minds and get an idea of what Bike Pittsburgh really is going to do and what we're doing. One is we want to create a firm presence and a voice for the cycling community in Pittsburgh. That was one of the first things we wanted to do, and we've already started to do that.
One of the other things that we've done is we've partnered very closely with the Pittsburgh Helmet Coalition. And they're a coalition of health organizations that provide hundreds of free helmets to children each year.
Our next goal is educate cyclists and motorists to peacefully coexist. Okay, and for cyclists to be safe.
We're working with city government, local organizations like Sustainable Pittsburgh, other bike groups like the Western Pennsylvania Wheelmen, the City of Pittsburgh. There's a long list which you can see on our website, but part of what we're doing is trying to educate. We're actually working with PennDOT as well. Educate people that are helping design roads, set policy at city government, you name it, all aspects.
We want to work also with relevant organizations that are interested in infrastructure and make infrastructure changes in the city. We also want to reach out and strengthen organizations that are interested in making Pittsburgh a more livable city. So, and a core values of ours is to promote commuting by bicycle. We want people to start commuting by bicycle. We want alternative transportation. This is not a peripheral amenity. Like, unfortunately, a lot of people want to address it. They want to put trails on the rivers, and they want to say, hey, we're doing stuff for bicycles. Trails on the rivers are great, but if you want to get to work, not many of us work on the river. We want the streets to be safer. And that's what Bike Pittsburgh's about. We want to get out there. We want to find the routes that are best. We want to find a way to get signs up, make sure they're posted, and make sure that people have a map and a reference to get to work.
So there's a lot to be done, a whole lot to be done. We can't do it ourselves, just the core group that's here. We're hoping that you guys are willing to help us. The last thing is there are 2 things you guys can do. Volunteer and become a member.
Finally, and for me, personally, the most important thing, and I think each of us, and what makes us work well, I mean like 10 of us, works well together, is we each have each of these priorities affects us all differently, but it comes together. For me, the most important thing about this organization, it is far more than about bicycles. We are about building community and strengthening the community. And that's, believe it or not, what bicycling can do. A lot of groups do it with music. A lot of groups do it with art. We can include that because tonight we're having 3 bands. But we are a bicycling organization, and we totally feel that you can do this via the bicycle. And if free ride's not the most amazing example of that, I don't know what is. To bring kids in from very often impoverished communities, and instead of having them on the streets, but to bring them in and show them how to maintain and repair their bicycles is inspiring. And you know what? It takes it even a step further when these kids go home, tell their brothers, and bring them back the next week and show them how to fix a bike. And you can ask anyone at Free Ride that that's happened. And that will continue to happen. And that is really amazing. So those are the six, I would say, things that Bike Pittsburgh is going to change. And we do, like David said, we need your help. And the sign-up sheets are over there. And we're not going to be in touch tonight because tonight's about having a good time. But we'll be in touch, and you will work your ass off, we promise you.
I appreciate your time. Drink all the beer. Eat all the food. Have a great time. At 10 o'clock, the bands are starting to arrive. And Free Ride's putting on a heck of a party starting at 10 o'clock. So this is nothing. It's only 8:20.
There's going to be a drag lounge band, the Lazy Boys, a hip-hop group, Dreadnoughts, and like an electronic Game Boy dance group, and bass.
All right. Let's do it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Star! The lights new ones. You need a golden star.
Don't forget the orange helmet. Pass it